So this is the first game of me playing with the Stars. The Tigers play against them and beat them. I don't know if that game was necessarily an actual good test of the two team levels, just because the goalies wasn't the Stars' normal goalie, because I had to play for Tigers. So we'll see how that works out. I'd like to think that I'm good and can help them, but we'll see. This game was against the Konekt, who finished second, I think, overall last year in the top division. So we'll see how that goes this year. They beat us out in the playoffs, where I had to collapse against this team over and over and over again. I think that guy I hate, Alex, wasn't at this game, so that helps me in that regards. I also use the Bauer Konekt skate for this game specifically. I talk about it in the next game we play in, which is the Tigers game, so the one that will come after this. So you can see more of my thoughts on that there, because this one we're going to talk about this glove, because this is where I used it. But for the Bauer skates, you do notice me too. I go to dive into the post and I just totally miss the post. And I find that's happening a lot more with the Bauer skates because of like the flex heel part. I'm not sure where my foot is going, and I'm not used to where my foot is going. So it's causing a bit of an issue, but I talk about that more in that next video coming out, so just check that one out. For this one, about the game, it was all right. I thought it was like decent. Didn't have a ton of shots, and my team actually this team tries really hard. And what I mean by that, they skate hard. They use their sticks a lot, like hooking and stuff. I don't know, and tripping. I don't know how they get away with so many non-calls. It's kind of unbelievable, but they do. So, but they battle hard, and like they grind it out, and they will grind teams out. And this was a pretty decent game. The first goal was a 2-on-0, kind of 2-on-1 ish, but it was a nice pass. Guy put it in. I just couldn't get there fast enough. So it is what it is. Second goal, I made a really nice like initial save, and the guy who shot has a good shot, and then I made a rebound save. So you can't really see it here, but I do actually have footage from the stand too, because my producer was very nice in filming. But the guy gets a shot on the rebound, I make a save there, and then he jams in the second rebound, third shot, and that goes under my pad and goes in. So unfortunately I couldn't seal my pad to the ice there and make that third save, but I'd made two decent saves. So I mean, it is what it is. And then finally, that last one, it's a scramble. I make a couple saves, and then I'm pretty sure I would have actually got this goal too, but my D was in there trying to cover for me. And you can see my swing over my stick, and I hit him. I can't get it across, so I'm pretty sure I might have stopped that. Would have been a good save, good for the camera at least. And I couldn't get it because my teammate was there. So, but it is what it is. Like I said, it was a good game for this team. This was a grind out against a pretty solid team. So we'll see how this works out in the rest of the year. The Stars have never been in like the top division against the Canucks before. They're always like, when they last played in this league, it was 3 divisions. They were in the bottom and got promoted to the middle division. So we'll see how this goes. Now, I think all the teams that are in here are generally better than the teams that were in that bottom division, besides the Blades, who are also in that bottom division. But besides that, I think all those bad teams are kind of gone now. So it's really interesting to see what's going to happen here. Now for this interesting thing, which is this glove. So this is that glove I mentioned and showed, and has a ton of controversy, and people have called me a shill for this glove because I was reviewing it. I haven't reviewed this glove yet. I am testing this glove, and I was showing the closure of this glove. Now, this is made from a ball hocking company. It's made by Reason Why. People have guessed that out. They've sort of commented on it as well a little bit. And they wanted to see my thoughts on it, and to see how I feel about this glove, and to use it, and to test it, and to use it on the puck machine. So this is my first game with this glove. I used this glove before in Shinny, like a warm-up skate that I didn't film because it was just a warm-up skate. And I used this before, and it has puck marks on it, which hopefully you can kind of see. It stopped pucks, and even though it's so thin and it looks crazy thin, and the cuff here is thin, the materials they're using, they say, are the same as what other companies use for ice hockey stuff, and what they use, and they tested with puck machines and stuff like that. So my feedback so far on this glove, and it's only been like a few skates, and they've been asking for it, is one, my hand feels like it slides out of it too much, and just the way the strapping is, which I'm not going to show off because this is a prototype, and once I get like everything ironed out with them in terms of how it is, I will then dive into this glove and show everything off. But I feel like the strapping on this, the way it is now, my hand kind of slips out a little bit, They're sending me a piece because there's a lot of Velcro in here. You can just Velcro pieces on, so they're going to send that to me so I can use it again, and that way my hand won't feel like it's kind of sliding out. So I'm not going to use this in a game until I get that piece, which I'm playing a lot of games, but you'll see it again. I'll bring it up again when I use it again. For catching on this though, and how this feels, I took pucks off here and you can see it. I haven't taken a puck like right on this edge yet, and I'm curious to see how that is going to feel. So we're gonna see that, but took shots off the thumb here, here, and over here, and have no issues with protection at all. It feels like a pro palm glove that I've been using, and that's pretty good, especially with what people thought that this kind of looks like. Now, catching with it, pucks just dive into this pocket. The pocket's massive. It's not NHL legal. It's not IHF legal. I was told it's like, I think it was like, it's a few centimeters off legal, because I measured it and I think it was like 2 centimeters off legal. They can make changes. This is a prototype, but that one they noticed it was off, and instead of just redoing the whole tee and everything, I'm testing it. I don't need NHL reg. So that tee would be slightly shorter. But everything that goes here and here just swallows into the pocket. It is very impressive. I caught very well with this glove so far, and it's kind of scaring me because if I keep catching so well, what does it replace everything? Now, that tee is hideous, and I've called out tees like this in the past for pastel gloves, and I called that out for this glove as well. The difference is picking up pucks with this tee somehow work. I try it and it works totally fine, and the pucks can be picked up. The other thing is I shook this a lot with a puck in and it doesn't come out. So that's also a bonus. The one thing you should notice in here, or could notice, is I did catch a puck and it folded the tee in like this. That's obviously not a good thing. That happens when pucks hit the tips here, and I don't know if that got the tip. I couldn't see in the slow-mo if that got the tip. So we'll have to see how that acts with a puck machine, because I'll be able to get better footage from the front than like from the GoPro back here. So we'll have to see how that acts. But so far, I catch really well with this glove, and I don't really catch well in general. So the fact that I'm catching things with this is very impressive. And no, this is not a 580 break at all. Yes, that tee has that fold over, but it's just how the tee design is, where the actual pocket is and everything does not feel like a 580 whatsoever. So don't be looking at this and be like, oh, sweet, 580. It's not. It's its own thing. The break and everything is so easy to close on here. You can do it any way you want. So if I want to do index finger to thumb, perfect. If I want to do middle finger to thumb, perfect. If I want to do full hand closure like this, same thing. It's so broken in and so soft that you can really just close it any way you want to, and it closes basically the same way. Natural though, it does feel very 590-ish, where like it's kind of like this. Doesn't feel like a 580. I have a 580. This does not feel like a 580. Yes, the tee looks like that. Ignore it. The tee's crazy. The pocket's crazy. It's not how it feels. Anyways, I love this glove. It feels really good. We'll see how it goes down the line of more testing, but I want to kind of show it here, and I catch a couple pucks with it. And that one guy's a decently hard shot, and it didn't go straight in the pocket. It got here and didn't feel anything. It was totally fine and expected. So if you're buying hockey equipment and you want to support the channel, check out the links in the description. In the US, check out the links to Pure Hockey. In Canada, check out the links to Hockey Supremacy. If you click those links and make a purchase, I get a kickback from the sale. So anything that comes back from that comes right back into the channel, so I keep making more content and doing like real reviews and stuff. I got buy gear to do a lot of the tests for it, so that costs money and it would be greatly appreciated. Otherwise, if you want to support the channel without buying anything, check out links in the description to Patreon, buy me a coffee. Everything through there comes again back into the channel, so I keep making more content and doing real reviews. Y'all ready for this?
You're watching HockeyReviews.ca.